This is the mother of entertainment stories. It's got a lot of layers. We've talked about it in the past. Slave Cheeks, I see you, my brother. Proceed. Thank you, Slavey Cheeks. Of course, we're talking about Diddy. Sean, formerly known as Puff Daddy or Puffy or P. Diddy or Diddy Combs, is in some serious legal trouble. He's currently being held in New York without bail on some incredibly salacious charges there, Shah. I mean, this is one of the top entertainment stories maybe of the millennium.
I mean, to be honest with you, dude, it's kind of surreal seeing him actually get arrested and be facing life.
Yeah.
You know, people were joking about the Bad Boys for Life song. Like, it's like, you know, that's his life now. Do you think he's gonna unalive himself?
No,
soon?
his ego is through.
That
Well,
was
that's
my
what I'm
thought
saying.
too. That was
No
my
chance.
thought too, Shah.
Dude, I'm telling you,
He's an
I
egomaniac.
don't think he's gonna make it. I think he's gonna take himself out.
Well, Shah, we got a long way to go. We don't have a trial yet.
No, I mean, before any of that, he knows he's done, dude. He's not gonna sit in jail for the rest of his life. That's
well,
clear.
he's not going to be in. You know, I mean, he's not going to be in regular jail if he gets convicted.
It doesn't matter, dude. This guy is used to fucking 1,000 bottles of lube and dildos and endless bitches. Like, he's not going to sit on a fucking.
He's got 99 dildos.
Yeah, he's not going to sit in a fucking cold ass jail cell by himself, jerking off the rest of his life.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it sounds like he's into freaky sex now, so prison sex B-show really shouldn't be that big of a deal for this guy.
No, not at all. And John JLD got me cracking up. He said Diddy's going to have the guards slip baby oil into his cell so he can oil up and slip right out of the bars.
He's going to act like that weird neighbor who's the pedophile on Family Guy. I don't know what his name is. Like, oh, you got some baby oil for me? I can slip right between the bars. You know?
Hey there.
Hi there. Oh, hello.
Hey there,
Oh,
paper boy.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Chris.
I got a whole mess of popsicles down in the freezer.
Do you like movies about gladiators? So, Bisho, can we bring up some of the charges? Because these charges, I mean, okay, the lube, the baby oil, the 1,000 bottles of baby oil, the over 750 plus dildos. It seems like he wanted to get guys to do like gay shit and then have that over them and then use that as a tactic, like to sort of control them. And you know, but these stories, I mean, my God, these stories. Bisho, let's look at some of these charges.
All right. So according to the AP, it says indictment alleges Combs and others he associated with were members of a criminal organization that engaged in several illegal activities, including sex trafficking, forced labor, prostitution-related transportation and coercion, narcotics offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice.
Well, don't forget, he also, when they arrested him, he had fucking, I think, Molly and some sort of pink substance on him also.
He had syrup. Did he have syrup on him, Shah?
No, I think it's like pink cocaine, which is like
he had pink cocaine.
Yeah, look it up. That's what they got caught him with today.
What is pink cocaine?
It's laced with some other shit. It's either like
Pepto-Bismol. What is it laced with?
I'm pretty sure it's ecstasy and coke together.
Cotton candy.
Look it up though. Yeah, pink cocaine.
Pink cocaine. Yeah, go ahead, B-Show. Look up pink cocaine.
Oh my God, it's a synthetic drug.
What is this?
The new psychedelic party drug. Wow.
That's what they caught him with.
The Willow at Naples. Of course, it's a Florida-based website that brings this up.
Naturally.
Despite its name, it's not cocaine. It's synthetic, classified as something scientific 2CB, which includes pink food coloring, strawberry flavoring, ketamine, caffeine, and MDMA.
Oh, so
he had special K on him. He had pink special K.
So he's doing ketamine. That's even crazier.
We had Molly and ketamine. What kind of party was this going to be? This sounds like my communion party.
A dude who's getting accused of like gay blackmail shit carrying around pink cocaine.
Okay. There's so many layers to this. And look, we're going to find out a lot more down the road than right now. But I want to go to Shah first. Shah, are we surprised?
No, but I mean, to this level, dude, like this guy's clearly got a fucking pretty extreme drug problem. He knew he was getting arrested. Like he knew he was getting arrested, right? Like this was a scheduled arrest. This isn't a surprise.
Yeah, it was like a surrender practically because they, you know.
Yeah, but why the fuck do you have pink coke on you then if you know you're getting arrested? Unless you have a really severe drug problem, you know?
Well,
Um,
yeah. I mean, it sounds like he's got a lot of problems, actually.
no,
Drugs
I'm
might
just
be
saying.
the
I
least.
used to think like the drug thing was just during his parties. It looks like he's on a daily basis doing these hard drugs, from what it seems like.
Well,
Because I
I
mean, the
saw.
last time the mule got caught, right? They caught the
Yeah.
mule with a bunch of drugs on him.
Yeah.
Now he's getting caught with a bunch of drugs right before arrest. So I mean, this is a pattern now. Every time they hit him up, they get pink cocaine out of him.
But are you surprised? Are you?
Somewhat. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not surprised that he's a freak. I'm surprised that he risked all of this shit and recorded
What did
it.
he
I mean,
call?
there's
What do you call the parties? Like the freak parties or something?
the
Where it's
freak
like
offs. Freak
everybody's
offs.
got to do some gay shit, and it's just like I mean, listen.
Yeah,
I'm sure some people did it voluntarily. That's totally fine. But Bisho,
sure.
I have a feeling a lot of these dudes were doing it because not because they were gay, but because Puffy told them to do it and then drugged them and basically blackmailed them. It seems like. I mean, it seems like that's in line with some of these charges.
Yeah, and I was on TikTok. There was a DJ or a music. Oh, he was a reviewer for Rolling Stone back in the day.
Mm.
He did a bad review of one of Diddy's songs. Diddy called him out, and then invited him to one of his white parties up in the Hamptons or wherever they were.
Oh, I remember those white parties in the Hamptons.
And
Stern, I
someone
think, went
told
to them.
him, "Take it easy on the drugs." And he's like, "Oh, I smoke every day. I'm good." So he ate 2 pot brownies, and he said he was zombied out. He said
Really?
2 brownies, zombied out, and the guy who told him was like, "Hey, I told you this is some serious shit." So,
Yeah,
who knows if that was on purpose and he's just trying to get people super
maybe.
fucked up to do shit and coerce them. But I mean, it's in line with what his charges are. So,
Yeah, I mean, listen, the chat is blowing up here with Puffy stuff. I mean, Chris Matthews says, not surprised, but it's been rumored for years. But holy hell, Slave Cheeks is like freak because I'm freaking you. John JLD is like, when you read the indictment, it really puts it into perspective. Yeah. John, he also said, he had a really big hold over a lot of people. Yeah, that hold was gay ketamine. It was like doing gay shit on camera and sex trafficking and drugs shot. I mean, this kind of explains maybe how he built this empire on blackmail and crime. I mean, this was always sort of in his periphery, going back to when he used to throw parties in fucking in Harlem. When he was like, an intern at Yo MTV Raps, because I have ties back to when he was a fucking intern at Yo MTV Raps, because my friend was a big producer there and we were very tight and we spent a lot of time together. And this is also in my age group.
Yeah, I want to know how many rappers from the 90s are having like fucking heart attacks and many strokes right now,
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
they're going to be next. Because, a lot of these dudes probably participated in this. They
Oh,
probably
for
did very
sure.
similar things. Maybe not the
Oh,
gay
yeah, dude.
orgies, but, they were probably drugging chicks back in the
Nah, they did the
90s.
gay shit. They did the gay shit. I'm telling you,
I mean,
because
I don't know if
Puffy.
Wu-Tang was sitting around
No,
fucking
I'm not
smoking each
talking
other
about Wu
off.
Tang. I'm talking about the people in his inner circle. Like, it seems like his
Yeah.
inner. Because one guy, there's a guy today, Shah, I don't know his name, but he's a DJ or something. He said Puffy ruined my life. Like with this, like he gave a press conference. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's actually? Oh no, it wasn't Mace. It was a DJ. Slave Cheeks. Mace is separated long from Puffy. Mace is like a preacher and has that show with what's his face, Shah. What's that podcast Mace has with
Cameron?
Cameron? Yeah, it's a very popular podcast. But was it Donnie T? I don't know. There was a guy who gave a press conference today who literally said Puffy ruined my life. Like, this man completely ruined my life. Bisho, let me ask you a question. In all honesty, what do you think the South Park episode is going to be about? Because everybody has brought this up. The South Park episode for this next year is going to be straight fire. Do they do a Mr. Garrison like dildo related episode? Do they do like the gay fish part 2? The famous gay fish song. What do we think is happening here?
I'm trying to think of a character that they can write off, because it would have to be something so terrible they couldn't come back from it. Because like Garrison became Trump and Trump's Trump, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, he's back to Garrison now, so he's back to
that's
Mrs. Garrison, or is he back to Mister? I don't remember. He's
fluid like that.
He's fluid like that. We accept it.
Bad butt for life, Slave Chiefs. I mean, I honestly, the first thing I thought of when this broke today was, man, South Park made a mistake sitting this one out this
I
season.
know they sat it out. Yeah, they did. They need to do it. They probably didn't feel inspired. I think we're going to see. I think it was. Rich Dow says zero chance this isn't a mini series. Yeah, maybe they'll do a Paramount Plus double feature, like a double episode. Like they'll go to one of somebody will get invited shot to Puffy's party. Like
Terrence and
they'll.
Phillip.
Maybe Terrence and oh wow, yeah. Shah, you excited for the South Park reveal of the Puffy story? I am excited.
Yeah, I mean, since they're not covering the
Election.
election,
I
at
know it's
least they're
disappointing.
covering Puffy.
Yeah.
I think that's tremendous, you know. Plus, they have a history with Puffy. They've had him on before, you know, so
Yes,
it's
they've
an
made fun of
ongoing
him
thing.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're gonna stay on top of this story. 50 Cent is working on it as we see. Yeah, 50's laughing his ass off. Oh my God, a lot of people laughing their ass off. I think Charlemagne the God said something very interesting. I wish I had the clip, but he said something like, "All of these dudes, you're gonna see a lot of dudes go down from this because Puffy seems like a dude who will rat a motherfucker out. Like that dude seems like he's spineless. Like there's not enough baby oil in the world for that guy to take a hit. Like he is gonna narco everything, everybody. There was a time I thought he killed Biggie, to be honest with you, but whatever.
Well, the
That's
other thing too that they're saying is that it's probably going to come out that he ordered the
Tupac.
hit on Tupac.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
didn't the game say that, Shah?
I think so. There's a bunch of
Yeah.
people that have said that. You know what's the craziest thing though? You see these like doomsday cults and preparers. They collect like a lifetime worth of food and canned stuff, right? This guy had a lifetime worth of fucking baby oil. Like I still can't make sense of that.
Well, he used that as a lube. He didn't have lube. The
Yeah,
baby
but dude,
oil was clearly for
1,000
lube.
bottles of Johnson and Johnson baby
Shah, there was a
oil.
lot of assholes to get
Dude,
it.
that's
I mean, we're talking
crazy.
about. Do you know how many assholes that lube? I mean, you needed to. We're talking about assholes that have never experienced this before. That's why he probably had all the dildos. He was probably working in, like small ones,
What?
big ones, tons of lube.
do you think
he-
him and Vince McMahon are going to room together in jail and do a reality series about their dildo collection?
it's an extreme amount of everything, and the sex trafficking. Like, was he pimping out men and women to other people? Like, I don't know. I just think it's so insane and so salacious. But he also had parties with Obama and fucking, LeBron James being like, Puffy has the best parties. Like, I don't know, man. Got to look into some of this shit. I'm not saying everybody knew, but I mean, this is, what kind of parties was this guy having? He had the most famous people. Dude, there was a time those Hamptons parties in the early 2000s, if you lived in New York, the most famous people in the world were at those Hamptons white parties in East Hampton. I think it was East Hampton. The most famous A-listers listening to everything this fucking dude said, right? Like he's some sort of guru. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Listen, it's all very new. But we're going to be probably covering this for a long time, guys. We're going to be probably talking about this for a long time.
Yeah,
What do you think, Shah?
until he offs himself, I'm telling you. There's this guy.
Well, listen,
He's not gonna be
there's a lot of history there of him with a lot of famous people, the top people in the industry. I'm talking about the most famous. He worked with everybody. And I'm not just even talking about hip hop or whatever. He worked with the most famous people in the world. They put him in mainstream movies, B-Show. Like he was getting roles in movies and doing songs with fucking Jimmy Page and fucking then doing songs with Dave Grohl and was going to do a song with Marilyn Manson at the height of all these people's careers. This is a mogul. This is a high-level mogul who's been famous for 25 years, 30 years almost. Practically 30 years. You don't think this guy's going to rat on people to save his butthole, which by the way doesn't probably need saving. He could fit a whole continent up in that thing at this point probably.
Yeah. And I'm interested to see what high profile people who've been linked to him with rumors are going to flip on him and turn state's evidence against him, because I mean, people have talked about Usher and different people.
Oh yeah,
I think Mace split from him right after
long time ago though.
What was it, Life After Death, the album after Biggie died, something like that?
Yeah, Mace separated from that whole bad boy scene shot like 25 years ago, like 20 years ago, right? At least.
Shit, probably 30 years ago, man.
Yeah. Rich Dow wants to know where you keep the 1,000 dildos. Rich, clearly in a dildo room. Hello, he's got like mansions. He got dildo rooms and baby oil rooms.
Did he had them all on his ass? That's what he is.
Dude, he was a dildo doomsday prepper. That's what we should call it. The show. Dildo doomsday prepper. I like that idea because it's hard to say. What do you think, Shot? Dildo doomsday prepper is a pretty good name.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm used to seeing doomsday preppers like store food, never this much dildo.
Not dildos and baby oil.
Dildo and
That's
And
a
didn't
lot
they
of
like
dildos. That's like a Ryan Satin level of dildo. Like that's just
Yeah.
like
him and Seb together can't even
not
compare.
Satin.
Sentence.
Ryan Satin is the dildo enthusiast.
Oh, that's right. The pegging
Sure.
station. That's right.
The Peggy, he likes. Yeah, he's into it.
There you go.
So yeah, let's see where this goes. But I love the I love all the jokes. I think it's great. I mean, the sex trafficking and the sex crimes, extortion, not funny. But the 1,000 bottles of baby oil and also baby oil. What year is this?
Yeah,
Nobody
it's crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
baby oil. Like
Didn't
what year?
when
is
they
this?
arrested him, didn't they find him with condoms and shit all over him too? Like
Yeah,
stocked
condoms,
up?
baby
Yeah.
oil, stock. Yeah, well, because you got to slide, you got to put him on the dildo. He was conscious of venereal diseases, which might play out well for the jury. We'll see how this goes. By the way, he's proclaiming complete innocence of all of this, like complete innocence. Like all of this is made up. Like it's a conspiracy. Slave Cheek says he uses mineral oil. I like what is I don't even know what it's called. What's the one?
Are we
back
just
in the
gonna
day?
no sell Drew Yari saying
What?
pegging is not new to him? We just no
Guys, that's
sell
from
him?
that's from Deadpool. That's literally from the Dead. That's one of the
Oh,
big
is
lines.
it? Oh, okay. I haven't seen
He
it.
says that when they show. Yeah, you didn't see that in the
I
commercial.
thought he was
Play it.
confessing. I was like, whoa, bro.
No, literally, they
TMI,
show up
man,
with these
TMI.
poles to like neutralize him, and he goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Pegging is not new to me, friendo, but it is new to Disney." Like it's a great line in the movie, which, by the way, you guys can see in a couple of weeks on Disney Plus.